Wanted to move on real quickly and talk to you a little bit about Mike Tyson, because as you know, Mike Tyson is preparing to get into the ring with Roy Jones Jr. Is that healthy for both of these guys? I don't know. It's a made-for-TV event, a pay-per-view event. It's probably going to make a lot of money. But now there's new concern about Mike Tyson. So he did this interview with Good Morning Britain where he talked about his upcoming fight against Roy Jones Jr. I want you to have a listen to this audio very carefully.
Why do you want to do this?
I just want to do this. I'm planning on doing this for a charity exponent, and I think I'm capable of doing that, and that's what I want to do.
As someone personally who's rapidly approaching the age of 50, I would never cast aspersions on anyone's age. But there have been concerns raised about the fact that you are two men in your 50s fighting each other without protective headgear. What do you think about those concerns?
I think it's very wonderful that we're fighting together. It's a fight that we should have had sooner, but unfortunately we're having it now, and that's going to be awesome.
Okay, so one of two things come to my mind here. Either he's heavily medicated. I'm sure he takes some sort of medication, which wouldn't surprise me, which is fine. Either he's very heavily medicated.
He sounds like he's on Ambien right now,
okay,
Brian.
so either
like
he's...
too much Ambien.
I've taken Ambien before. I never sounded like that. It's either one of two things. Either he's very heavily medicated. That's not somebody that's just tired. Okay,
No,
it's either he's heavily medicated or he's got other serious issues going on.
He's got serious cognitive decline, and if that's the case, then he has no business fighting Roy Jones Jr.
Well, that needs to. I think it's a fair question to ask.
That should be a conversation that has to be had. Is it healthy from? I mean, assuming that he isn't, doped up out of his mind in that interview, which maybe, and I don't know if he was or wasn't, but if he was not, I would not let that guy get hit in the face or in the head multiple times, even no matter how much money he's making.
All I'm saying is when you hear
in the next couple of months, if I'm the boxing commission of Las Vegas.
Well, all I'm saying is when you hear that, questions are raised and they need to be answered immediately. Either his manager or Mike Tyson himself, somebody from his camp, if not Mike Tyson, needs to give some sort of confirmation of why he sounded that way. Now, maybe he was on certain medication. It's possible. Tell us.
But he sounds like he's 70% to dementia, in my opinion.
Well, listen, I'm not a doctor.
Neither am I.
I don't know if that's the case. It could have been that he just took something that
I hope that he was doped up out of his mind.
I don't think he was doped up.
I hope he was on too much Ambien or too much Xanax or a combination of the two.
Well, I don't know.
Or Prozac or whatever he's taking.
What I don't know is how his manager or anybody that's working for him allowed him to do that interview under that state. He's mumbling his words. He sounds like he just had a stroke.
Well, do you want someone who sounds like that just naturally to fight someone as skilled as Roy Jones Jr. in the next couple of months?
All I know is I interviewed Mike Tyson about 3 years ago. He did not sound like that. He sounded fantastic. He was great. He was a great interview.
He also did a nationwide tour.
I saw that show.
And that was good.
I saw that show. He was fantastic.
He's not a stupid guy.
I never said he was. I think he's intelligent.
But he has been hit in the face plenty of times, Brian.
Well, you never know how the brain works. The brain works in mysterious ways, and you never know when it's going to get you. You get pounded in the head. And listen, this is pure speculation. It could just be that it could have been a mixture of maybe he was drinking, maybe he took some drugs that, not illegal drugs, but maybe he took too much. Maybe he... I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons. I don't know. I just think we deserve to know why before this guy gets into the ring. And Roy Jones Jr. and his camp deserve. Listen, this is a money grabber. Make no mistake about it. When Mike Tyson answers that question, it's not because he has a love for the sport anymore, because he said he really doesn't. It's because he wants to. And I have no problem with this, with both of those guys. They have the right to make money. They want to make money. That's exactly what it was. And you know what? If people, I would be interested in watching the fight, a chance to see Mike Tyson in the ring again, even if he's not like 10% of the guy he used to be. But we're also talking about these fighters' safeties. There's safety issues now. And when you hear Mike Tyson mumble his words like that, it causes a lot of concern, and rightfully so. So again, I don't care who it is. One of his doctors, somebody needs to come out, maybe Mike Tyson himself, and answer to those questions. Why did you sound like that? Why were you mumbling your words? If it's one of those situations where he maybe took too many sleeping pills or, he was on some stuff that makes you drowsy, and okay, tell us. But if it's not, that's when I would be very concerned. Then it could be something else. something's not working right. So these are questions that need to be answered before he gets in the ring. I'll tell you that right now.